Yeah, you're listening to the Harry George and the Usual Suspects show right here on BikerRadioStation.com. Hey, we got a second special guest tonight. A friend of ours, Dan Sheridan, man. He's been honest to God, to tell you the truth, I can't really think of a band you ain't played with, Dan.
Well, geez, oh man.
I mean, you've been playing with so many different people, dude. Your resume looks like my psychiatrist, all the letters after his name.
Well, then you're in big trouble.
Well, that's depends on, there's several people who are actually happy that I have a full-time psychiatrist. So how goes it, my friend? How you been?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good and enjoying the nice weather out here in Los Angeles.
As long as you ain't in one of them canyons where they all of a sudden they do a major urban renewal by just burning everything to the ground.
Yeah, actually, some of my friends are up there in the north where the fires are really close to their homes and stuff. So far, nobody's that I know has lost any homes, but it's, hey, that's the price you pay to live in paradise.
You're probably right. So let me see, where were we? Well, the last time I was talking to you, you were getting ready or were starting to be involved or whatever in a new project or with David Allen Co. How's that going? What did come out of that, man?
Well, you know what? Me and my engineer, Boris Menard, finished mixing the new David Allen Co. just about a week or two ago, just before he was trending all over with he's going to prison for taxes.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, you probably saw that. It was everywhere. Everybody knows about that. Yeah, so I've been telling him for a year and a half, you got to get a better lawyer, but
you would think after this long been playing in the music business and everything, you would find yourself at least a semi-decent shyster to, get you community service or something.
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't know, they keep coming after us. I've been in the same boat he's been in, believe me. So I know how that goes. And, he's just going to have to battle that down. We have the new record ready,
The interesting thing, and I'm sure you've heard the old saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Outside of, like, murder, but then I'm not really sure because that takes into the whole OJ thing and everything, so we won't go there. But I'm definitely not sure I could wait quite that long for a new album from David. It'd be good to hear something new from the brother.
Well, he's David keeps on rolling along no matter what happens. He's like a force of nature, and people have been after him for all kind of stuff for years. And
yeah, I got you.
I'm doing some other stuff with other guys out there. Actually, some of them kind of have local roots. We were going to talk about local roots tonight. Freddie Salem from the Outlaws.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're working on a radio show together and a tour for next spring called Rock's Gonna Rise Again, and it's every southern rocker you would ever want to know about is going to be on this tour. Everybody's already said, yeah, I'm in. So.
Okay, you say every southern rocker anybody would ever want to know. Okay, Dan, you can't just leave that hanging out there. So, like, who's all going to, give us a kind of idea, like, who's going to maybe be floating around with this tour?
Well, Skinner, Hank Free, probably 40 people. 40
wow.
That have said, we'll be on this. Obviously, we can't take all that many acts, but it's going to be very cool.
No, that many acts you'd have to do your own version of Rock on the Range with.
Well, we'll probably put 5, 6 acts together, 10 maybe tops. on a tour. And it's called Rock's Gonna Rise Again, and that's around Freddie's radio show, which I'm doing. I'm putting Freddie St. Louis radio show together for him. And so it's all going to be kind of interconnected. And then we're going to bring over Rich Davenport, who I'm doing a radio show called Hard Rock in the UK. And he is the guy that has been doing all the hard rock radio in the UK for decades. And we're going to bring the bands over here.
Oh yeah, what kind? Who's going to be coming with him?
I'll get back to you on that. I mean, he has everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He's the go-to guy. So hard rocking in the UK.
That's cool.
Going to bring that over here as a tour. And I'm doing a radio show for Becky Austin, who is a Academy of Country Music winner DJ. And we're doing a country show together. I can't even tell you the name because it's not even trademarked yet. So we're doing that. And I'm doing a radio show with Michael Mercury called Astrology. He's out of the Bay Area. He's been doing astrology radio shows for 7, 8 years, 10 years. I don't know how long. We're going to take it nationally now. And since you guys actually, and here's I'll give you a little tip.
Yeah.
I have a film with, among many other with this company I work with, but I have a film that I'm looking to bring into Cleveland. It's called Bull Island. It's actually set in 1972, and it's kind of based around reality. We're talking about shooting that out in Cleveland. I know the locations there and everything, so it's a major film. It's a $50 million film, and it would be really fun for me.
Cool.
East side, we'll shoot it on the lakefront because we need some island shots and stuff like that. So
that's great, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Give us a call. We'll stop up and be an extra one day.
Well, there you go. come up, eat some craft services, right?
Yeah, but that little thing you sent me, that doing a movie in Cleveland ain't the only thing you got going on up in that neck of the woods, from what I can read here. You're now engaged.
Okay, yes. Where did you hear I was engaged?
I'm reading it from a piece of paper, man, that we acquired from your group that said, I'm engaged to a girl from Mentor.
Well, yes, I am engaged to Angelle Sheridan. Angelle Sheridan is on Facebook, and you can find her there. And she's been using my name for a while. And, that's been going on for a few years, talking about having a party at the Rock Hall after the actual marriage.
Cool.
So,
yeah, it says, it says, this is the part I like, Dan, I'll tell you straight up. It said, I asked her 3 times, and she, she asked you 3 times, and the third time she asked, you said yes.
No, well, that's not actually exactly right. This is the joke I told her the other day.
Okay.
I've been engaged 4 times. 3 of them to you, honey. And Joe. The other one was to Bonnie Bramlett, and we actually got married after that one. But yes, I've been engaged 3 times. I said yes every time to her.
Right.
To Angelle. So, this time I think we're going to do it.
Well, it does say she's picking out dresses. That sounds like a real opportunity. It sounds like it actually is going to happen this time, Dan.
Well, yeah, I think so. And, if we've decided on each other, then, I think this time, yeah, it's going to happen.
Well, she works with you every once in a while too, right?
We do some stuff together. I mean, I love that.
Cool, man. That's cool. So what else is going on in your life besides you got David's new album, you're working on a tour, you're thinking about putting together, well, you are putting together a movie, you're actually headed down the aisle again. I mean, honestly, Dan, what else can you talk about?
Well, and headed down the aisle is kind of like the biggest thing in life. You know, and all this other stuff, it's business. You know, all these things, radio shows and albums and all, and it's all business. Heading down the aisle, that's what really matters to me. You know, Angelle wanted me to, that's her name, Angelle Sheridan, she uses on Facebook if anybody wants to tag her. That's what kind of matters in life, you know. After a while, you know, you no matter how much business you do, it's about the love. It's about the connection. It's about the mate, the shoes, and that's what matters to me.
You're probably quite right about that. I mean, you know, there are 3 ex-wives that said it was all about the business to me too much, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, you know, when you get the real ones, when you get the ones that it's just about being together, you know. I mean, you know, and you know my history. I mean, I've been rocking out there on tours and crazy crap and stuff all over the place, all over the country, all over the world for years, and going berserk and whatever it is. But you know what really matters to me now? Laying down next to the woman I love that night. I don't need any more groupies. I don't need any more of that. It's about just, you know, being with the woman I love, and that's my woman, Angelle Sheridan.
Yeah, no, I understand that, man. I mean, you know, now when it comes along like that, you know, and it feels right to you and everything like that, you got to grab something like that and hold it close to you, because, you know, you just don't get that feel all the time, bro.
Yeah, it's we don't always get that in life, and you know, me and Angelle got that in life.
Sometimes, you know, you don't. Sometimes the most obvious thing that's good for you, you don't always get. You know, you don't always get it right from the get. It kind of has to creep up on you and whack you in the head a couple times.
Yeah, and she has whacked me up on the head. I love that, buddy. That's true. But you know what? I mean, I don't know if I'm quoting Tony Robbins or some other self-help guru, but you know, they say when you're on your deathbed, you don't say, "Geez, I wish I would have spent another day at the office."
Yeah,
you know?
Probably not something I'm ever going to say, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you wish you would have spent another day with the woman you love.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Dan, can I modify that and say I wish I would have spent one more day with my motorcycle?
Okay, but your woman's not just one here.
Well, you know, Dan, everybody loves something in their lives. Some of them are women, some of them are their cats, some of them are dogs. I love my motorcycle.
For me, I'm a romantic songwriter. You know that. You've heard my songs and stuff. You know, I want to be with that one woman. Now, I mean, hey, I was a rock and roll whore for many years, and she knows that. Everybody knows that, you know. Yeah. But, you know, we get to the point that it's like, okay, settle down now.
Well, you know, think about it this way. Not only do you have this wonderful, beautiful lady and love in your life, you got a whole new setup for writing new romantic tunes.
Well, and I do, and I write about her, and we collaborate because she's also a writer. So we kind of collaborate on tunes and rewrite tunes and stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, for me, that's the best creative thing that there could be. Me and the woman I love writing songs together. Boy, that's it, man. That's the most creative thing. I love that. It's really good. And do we do it out here in L.A. or do I have to move to Ohio? I don't know.
All right, Dan. Well, I appreciate you calling in, man. And honest to God, I do, you know, me and Kelly do expect an invite to the wedding, if you don't mind, of course.
You will be at the wedding. Yes, yes.
And you give her a hug and a kiss for us. You take care of yourself. Looking forward to this new tour you're putting together. Can't wait to see this thing, what you're going to be doing with this movie thing, man.
Okay, well, I will keep you posted, and we will do this again. Let's talk again. You know.
Absolutely. You take care of yourself, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.